I only did it because I was watching this video on YouTube. I don't even know how I came across it, but it was this guy. He's a popular YouTuber, but I don't know his name. But he's like one of those fitness guys, and he just like looks at the camera and like says some stuff that like gets you hyped up and whatnot. I don't know. But he was explaining, he was talking about this fast, and he was talking. I think he called it. Hmm, I don't know what he called it, but he had a name for it. And he was like, "Yeah, you got to do it." And he basically said, "Do it because don't be a bitch." Totally forgot. You just reminded me. About a year ago, a little less than a year ago, because I think it was last November, and this is October, so it would have been like 11 months ago. I did a 72-hour, a 3-day fast. Is that 72 hours? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that. So that was my longest fasting period.
That's a long fast.
It was a super long fast. It was interesting. It was a two-part thing. So it was, I believe, a 48-hour fast followed by a 72-hour fast. So you would go on Sunday night, you would have your last meal at dinner time,
Hmm.
and then you wouldn't eat again until Tuesday dinner time. So that's a 48-hour fast.
Hmm.
And then you don't eat again until Friday at dinner time. So that's your 72-hour fast. It was kind of like priming the body, I guess, like trying something pretty challenging and then going for the really challenging one. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I want to know more about your experience because I just get hungry all the time.
So at that time, so first of all, I only did it because I was watching this video on YouTube. I don't even know how I came across it, but it was this guy. He's a popular YouTuber, but I don't know his name. But he's like one of those fitness guys, and he just like looks at the camera and like says some stuff that like gets you hyped up and whatnot. I don't know. But he was explaining, he was talking about this fast, and he was talking. I think he called it. Hmm, I don't know what he called it, but he had a name for it. And he was like, "Yeah, you got to do it." And he basically said, "Do it because don't be a bitch." I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'm doing this now." And luckily, well, or unluckily, I guess, I was watching it on like a Saturday.
Oh, cool. So you just like, you're
Like, oh,
ready,
I guess I'm doing this tomorrow. Here we go. So that's why I did it. Now, my
but you're
experience,
not a bitch. So check that box.
yeah, I guess not. But my experience with it. So at the time, we were still like, it was before the world ended. So we were still going out to work every day and everything like that. So I think it would actually be more difficult to do now as I work from home and I would
Mhm.
have nothing to distract me from eating. But at the time, going out to work, so that was nice. And, you know, I didn't have too many negative effects. Like the 48-hour fast, other than just wanting to eat because I like food, like
Mhm.
just because I like it, you know. But other than that, there was nothing that slowed me down. I kept working out the whole time. I didn't stop. I didn't take any days off that week. So it didn't affect me there. I mean, maybe I was a little slower, but nothing that felt like I couldn't do it. And then the 72-hour fast, the last like 16 hours probably, I was like, okay, let's just eat. Let's just eat. But yeah, I don't know. The way it's set up, because you're eating on Sunday and you're eating on Tuesday, it doesn't feel like you're not eating for 2 days. It only feels like you're not eating for one day.
Right. One full day and then you have dinner.
Right. It only feel the only day calendar day that you're not eating is on Monday. So you're like, I just got to get through Monday and then I can eat tomorrow. Not until the end of the day, but still you can eat that day. So I think that's the way it's set up like that is kind of nice. It mentally just makes you feel like you're only fasting for one day instead of two, and then only for 2 days instead of three.
Yeah, I thought Dom D'Agostino saying about talking about his 5 day fast. That sounds crazy.
Whew. I watched this thing on I think it was on Netflix about these different fasting. There's like centers, they're like rehab, it's almost like a rehab center that you can go to do an extended fast. And
Jail?
Yeah, maybe. No, they are like they claim to be these like nice like rehab like sort of where they call like resort sort of places where you go and then there's like doctors that will monitor you and whatnot. But apparently it's very it's not well regulated,
Hmm.
and there are certain ones that you could go to that they don't know what the fuck they're doing at all, and they'll have you fast for like, I mean, some of them were like 30-day fasts.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the ones in the documentary were like 20 or so, but they mentioned a couple that were like 30 days. And yeah, it's crazy. And the one guy, like seriously, the one guy that was in charge of one of the places, he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He had to, he also had somebody die at his thing one time, which they talk about, and he totally brushes it off as if it wasn't his fault at all. And then you see him interacting with his current patients, and they're like, "Hey, I'm feeling like this negative effect or that negative, like my head hurts or this, that, the other thing," and he's just like, "Yeah, it'll go away."
When you die.
And you die.
Wow.
The other place,
Wow.
yeah, the other place they highlighted seemed a lot more legit. Seemed like they actually had real medical doctors on staff, like actually caring for you.
They were doctors of like philosophy at this other place.
No, he wasn't even that. He was just a guy who liked it.
His name's Tom.
But
You
yeah,
could you definitely won't die after a week. I
no,
don't find that very dangerous.
no,
Maybe
you
a little. If you're a diabetic, you might.
if you're
Um,
diabetic, you will.
yeah.
You
If
start through
you
diabetes.
go 10, okay, so 14 days, I still think you're in the safe zone, but you're going to deteriorate mentally.
Yeah, and I mean, even after, depending on like where you're at, I'm
Hmm.
sure some physical side effects will set in before then.
Yeah.
But they do say what you can, on average, people can survive like 3 weeks without food, right?
Yeah. 20 days, that scares me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Anything over a week is a little bit concerning, I would say, because maybe you have some sort of health issue that you don't know about yet
Right.
that will be exposed when you don't eat for 7 days. But but yeah, I think for the most part, like I didn't have any concern for myself doing a 3-day fast. I was like,
Right.
I had no concern about that. But I can't imagine like, I don't know. Part of me wants to do a longer one, like a 5-day one, and see if I could do it because there is something cool about it. Like,
Yeah.
just feel like you have some sort of, I don't know if it's willpower or
Mental toughness.
mental toughness or just like restraint or whatever. I don't know what it is, but you do feel like you have some level of accomplishment. So it is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
If you've never been hungry, this is a good thing to do. So you realize what it's like for people who are actually hungry, like they don't have food.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the other thing with just the fasting in general is it just, even if you're doing just intermittent fasting like every day, it just shows you that you don't need food all the time like you think you
No,
do. Like,
definitely not.
absolutely ridiculous for you to think that you need to eat all the time or that, oh my God, I haven't eaten. So, like, my day's ruined kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it's not an excuse to be cranky.
no, I understand because I've been there,
Yep.
but it's not. It's not. So, I think it's good from that perspective, if nothing else, just seeing, like, okay, this is what actual hunger really is. And the other thing I'm experiencing is just like some sort of habit or
Hmm.
whatever. You know?
Yeah, all this talk about food, I'm hungry right
Yeah,
now.
I'm getting hungry.
So I think that I will probably sound like I'm repeating myself because I know I'm going to say this more and more. But there's good keto and bad keto. There's good intermittent fasting, there's bad intermittent fasting.
And
So,
paleo, say it.
and there's bad paleo and there's bad Mediterranean and bad vegetarianism and bad veganism. If you have excess body fat and you want it to go away, you're probably doing a poor job and it's not going away. Whatever diet you're following, it's probably your fault, not the diet's fault.
Yeah, and it's ultimately going to come back to calories in, calories
Yep.
out.
Yeah. So good keto has vegetables, lots and lots of vegetables.
Yes.
So please don't think that you can eat a block of cottage cheese or a block of cream cheese in a bacon sandwich and just think that you're going to live your best life. Carbs, you need to limit, but you need to have vegetables. Spinach is like a bag of spinach is like 10 grams of carbs,
Yeah.
like a bag, and you're eating 100. So you could eat 10 bags of spinach before, we're assuming you're in ketosis, but before it kicks you out.
Yeah.
So this is a great chance to cook all of your vegetables with butter because that sounds amazing.
Amazing.
Please do that.
That's the only way to eat them.
Yes, roasted in butter.
Yes. That is the way to do
So, what are your go-to ways to get in extra fat if you need it right now?
it. Butter. Yeah, for sure.
You
I
just
will.
eat it with a spoon,
Um, maybe not with a spoon, but I will.
chopsticks.
Yeah, I'll add a couple. I'll add some more butter to the meal. So like whatever it might be, um, let's say it's chicken. Like
Mhm.
I'll just throw some butter on it or next to it. Why not? It's not going to make it bad.
It's gonna make it better no matter what.
It's not going to be disgusting. It might sound weird because you've never seen somebody put butter on chicken, but yeah, it's going to taste great.
Yeah.
So go for it. So butter's definitely a number one because it's pure fat. Like
Mhm.
there's nothing else to even worry about with it. And then peanut butter is a great one, but you got to be careful because of the carbs
Carbs, right.
and because you can easily eat way too much peanut butter and just go over on your calories, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I never go over on my calories uh, collectively in the week. So your protein is unchanged from your normal diet, correct?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's almost 1 gram per pound of body weight. So it's like 170 grams.
So what you're saying is no matter what diet you were on, you'd still shoot for roughly that same protein ratio.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you feel like it's been successful?
I feel good on it. I've been contemplating recently about going less than that just to kind of cut out some of the animal products.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't had an issue with it in the past.